how we're going to take off a front bumper on a Tundra. This is an '07 Tundra, I believe. First things first, you got 10 millimeter bolts here, 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 and across the bottom. Then on the top, you have push pins here, 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 retaining clips. Then you're gonna have to have these two pulled out too. There is a panel right here. You have two little push pins to pull out here, or retaining clips. So just pull them out, and then be very careful, because these guys hold in there pretty good. And you don't want to break them off, because then you're gonna have trouble putting it back together. So those are the main things. Once you have all that out, like I said, get in there behind there and get these two out. Those are what I call push pins, retaining clips. Once you got all the 10 millimeter bolts out, there's two here, and then there should be a couple probably bigger bolts on there, but mine were missing. So that's how you're going to get it off. I'll take those out and show you. Just a quick reminder, be very careful pulling these guys out of this panel, because they were in there tight and I didn't know what I was messing with. So just be sure you're pulling it out straight. I had to wiggle it a little bit, just a little, to try and get it out, but they were seriously holding on tight. So after those are out, got these retaining clips out. I'm gonna pull out on this, make sure these pop out cleanly, and then basically you should be free and pretty much fall off. If you have lights and sensors, you don't want to stress them as I'm doing, but that's going to be connected by a little clip there. Push that down, and then your lights can be disconnected the same way. There you go. So everything's free. I'm putting on a new bumper cover, so I have to disconnect this lower black part and put that over onto the other one. And I also, oh, this sensor came out clean. It was a little busted up, so I don't have to disconnect this sensor, but I'm gonna have to make sure it goes back in correctly, and I'm gonna have to transfer the fog light over too. So that is how you're removing a bumper. When you're putting it on, it's pretty much the same way. Oh, well, this is loose too. Interesting. I wonder if that was even working. Alright, so anyway, that's how you're pulling a bumper off. This panel should be disconnected by now. It looks like mine's just hanging in there. I should have had clips in there holding it in, but it doesn't. Alright, so I'll have to transfer these over to the other bumper cover too. So removing this middle section is just basically a bunch of 10 millimeter bolts. This metal support rail comes off the top, and this slides down off. You also have little studs here that fit in there. So that's all 10 millimeter bolt. Don't step on your delicate pieces here. These are kind of strange. There's a little tab over here, and then here. So you have to release this, release that, and then this little guy falls out, and you can carefully lower your light down. And then the housing, you're going to need to undo 10 millimeter bolts here, because that's holding onto the bumper cover, and then it'll lift right out. There's a tab here and a tab down here, so it'll, I don't know, it'll go this way, no, that way, I don't know, just get this past, push those in, I don't know, pretty easy once you undo these bolts. Coming along. And if this is bent, you're gonna have to bend this back into place. The support bracket was all busted up there, so we got a new one, and I'll put on the new one. We'll address these sensors real quick before we finish up here. But if you can carefully pull this sensor straight back, it's being held in there by these metal clips, but if you just kind of carefully wiggle it, pull it straight back, it should come out. And then when you reinstall it, just push it back in. Right now, there's little plastic clips holding it in, and you just want to depress those, and it'll come out the front. If they're all there, I don't see very many here, but can't really do it with one hand, it's too good. So I'm gonna be careful with it and do it off camera, and hopefully it comes out cleanly. See the other side? This is why you can't pull it out the back, because it's bigger on the front. So I'll work on getting that out, and then I gotta pull these guys out, transfer everything over, hook it all up. There it is, over in the new bumper cover. Easy as chicken. By the way, guys, once your bolts are out, this does lift out backwards. Gotta turn it a little bit, kinda crookedly, and then it lifts out this way. Okay? And then don't forget to save these guys so you can put your bolts back on the other bumper cover.